Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe, never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. When my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Honey, I dash, got it on, smash.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow, there's a line, 80! 54. They're going to need some therapy after this. Check 15, check 15. 49, check 49, check. Let's go.
On first down, Mahomes. He finds Corey Davis. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Sundown. 44, Mike, 44. All right, here we go. Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Joker. Switch.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. Mahomes going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
90 Wolf. Pick me up. Here we go. Hey, Haywood. Hey. 98 Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Second and long. And the pressure gets to him again.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back. Someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll set up a throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Miles Boykin, his fourth touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look stride. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes completes it to Watt.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Well, that was their 3rd sack. Back of the ball game, 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Looking a little bit like a continuation of last week. He had 3 tackles for a loss, and now 1 more here in the first quarter of this game.
And there's been no lack of force by him, taking on the offensive linemen, playing them, but also there's a suddenness to his game. They have that initial contact, and then he's gone, moving upfield and making those plays in the backfield.
It's a big body moving upfield, too. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It finds his target, Royal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. On the carry, it's Barton. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
Ready. 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Check. General West. Check.
They'll run it with Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Here we go.
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Ready. Yep. We got it. We got it. Look at me. Zipper.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Uchenna Nwosu racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes to throw once more. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. Mahomes now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. First down, here's White. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to record his 5th sack of the season. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll look to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Yellow, on the line, right? 15. Kill.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Mahomes now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Tighten up. Attack, attack. Kill, 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 kill. Shift, shift, attack.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. He'll run it. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
43, 43.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 or. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep five.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
6 go. Check 666. Fully ride. Swing team. Check 3. Check 3. You got to go right here. You got to play the right side.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Break. Watching you five. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Let's go, baby.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So stop here defensively to start this 3rd quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sua Cravens with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. That's another great play to come away with the football.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's get off the field.
And the blitz does come. They'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what did they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how did they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Welcome back now to Denver. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
34's the Mike, 34's the Mike. He's coming, check him.
Hey, Mike 7.
Check Mike 34. Mike 34. Let's go.
Now back to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Hassan Reddick make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll look to throw here. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. So here comes a very important kick now for Michael Badgley. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kiki QT. His first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it? The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Down. HE Gator.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. His throw incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league, totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw, and he connects with Ertz. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. They'll set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 23, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Mahomes to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw. Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Chiefs, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running me down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm ready to 10, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But it's 10, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence.
Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my 50. Ex slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush. Watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch.